Hello everyone, my name is Scott. We're going to get going in a few minutes here, so if you are new to my stream, it tends to be about 2 hours long, so we cover lots of things and have time codes, thanks to David, in the description. So just sit tight, check the time codes if you're watching this after the fact, and we'll get going here in a few minutes. I'll say hello to folks in the chat. Good afternoon, Mr. Certainly. And DCD's in there as well. I see you on Twitch. Don't see anybody on YouTube yet, but it looks like YouTube is live. I will pause mine. Hi, Piata. Hi, Bruce. Yeah, it's hot here too. We'll see. Hi, Dexter. Hey, Gary. Did you all miss me? Did Tim do a great job filling in? Hey, Simon. Hey, Dishipu. Hey, Toon. Hey, Dave. Yeah, it's just gonna get hotter, I think. I was trying to... I gave up on installing the new OBS. We're having a heat wave and almost tropical heat wave. Yeah, we're supposed to hit 100 Fahrenheit here Sunday, I think. 37 for those of you in Celsius land. Oh yeah, you can't see my screen. I converted 100 Fahrenheit to Celsius and it was 37.7777. Monday will be hotter. Yeah, I think that's the plan. It's actually not that bad in here. Not that bad. It could be worse. But we're just getting started. I just closed the door. I don't have the windows open. Here's my cat thermometer. If it's too hot in here, he's not in his bed, and if it gets cold, he goes in his bed. Not very good resolution, but you know, cat thermometer. How are we doing on time? Sorry if you hear the background noise. I do have the fan on because, you know, gotta make myself a little cool. A little cool here. I do have a mailbag today as well. Bruce says I was about to head up the mountain and chill in the snow walls. Snow walls? What are those? Are they just like leftover snow? I will be playing around with my chat setup. Hey, Love the Factory. How's everyone's weekend? Well, how was everybody's 2 weeks? We missed yeah, we missed you. Thank you, Dexter. My vacation was great. It was really good. Ah, snow walls. And people on the stream can see it. That's awesome. Leftover snow. All right, let's do some housekeeping. Hello everyone, my name is Scott and I work for Adafruit on a project called CircuitPython. CircuitPython is a version of Python designed to run on really inexpensive computers called microcontrollers. Under the metal part here on the end, there's a microcontroller. Microcontrollers are all about really inexpensive, you know, under $1 or around a few dollars computing. So it's in the megahertz range with a kilobyte or maybe a megabyte if you're lucky of RAM, but not a whole lot. So very small. And because it's very small and inexpensive, it means a lot of people can program. So CircuitPython puts the Python programming language on small devices like this. Adafruit sponsors me to work on CircuitPython and to do this stream. And so they please support them by buying hardware. So this is for example, this is the NRF Feather NRF 52840, which we'll use here. Hey, G3 Holiday. So go to Adafruit.com, pick up something there. I just got an order from Adafruit today. Full disclosure, I get it for free because I work for them. but I figured I'd do a little bit of a mailbag as well to start off here. But let's see. Yeah, if you want to chat with me and a lot of others, check out the Discord server by going to adafru.it/discord. You can join there. It's a chat room that happens all week. So it's like really fun to hang out, and we do all CircuitPython development and organization through there, so you can watch as all of the things go by. We have lots of updates here. Simon says it's 14C here at 10 p.m. I've been troubleshooting Cisco ISR routers. Let me just do a quick conversion here. 14C to F is 57 Fahrenheit. That sounds very pleasurable. That sounds like really nice right now. So this is a deep dive. They happen every week unless I'm on vacation or taking the day off. And they typically go for 2 hours or more. They're at this time normally, so 2 p.m. Pacific. If I am taking Friday off, but around the rest of the week, I'll move them to Thursday. But in this case, we're on schedule. I took the last 2 weeks off, so we've got lots to catch up on. Questions are welcome, so if folks have questions, please feel free to ask them. I'm happy to answer them. We usually spend, 30 or 45 minutes just chatting. But any time is fine as well. So yeah, that's what deep dives are. Last up, the kitty here, who's my cat thermometer. He's kind of hard to see because of the contrast here, but his name is Spook, and he is epileptic. So there's a small chance he'll have a seizure, and if he is, I'll just take my headphones off, mute it, and just make sure he's okay. But it hasn't happened in a long time. He's been doing really well. Although I did forget to give him his pills yesterday morning. But no, I think he's fine. I just want to give a heads up just in case that happens. But really, he's just our cat thermometer here. So I didn't see any questions go by. If you have them, feel free to ask them. Otherwise, I think I'll do my unboxing because I just got this order from Adafruit and I haven't had a chance to play with the stuff that I got. So let me triple check that there's nothing. 7:23. Yeah, that's pretty close. It is now, I'll say when it's 7:50 right now. That's 7:50 based on the OBS time. I'm not sure where YouTube is, but thanks to David, as always, for doing time codes and notes. If you want to check it out, in the Discord, I posted the link to the note stock there. So thanks to David for doing that. And I hope all of your work stuff went well. All right, let's switch to the overhead. Mr. Swinley says, welcome back. Had to deal with a few wasps in the room. That's not fun. To be or not to be with 2 E's? That is the question. Bees are great until they're inside. Okay, here's my desk. I've got a lot of stuff on it. So I thought I would go over this stuff. Gary Z says, the display shapes library does not have an arc function. Do you know of a good way to draw arcs? I do not, but maybe somebody watching does. There is also Vector IO. You might want to take a look at that, which is native. And I think display shapes has been changed to use it. I would ask Kmatch. Kmatch, Foamy Guy. Let me know. Okay, so I made an order from Adafruit, and because I wanted to get a MacroPad, but let's just see what I got here. So here's the first thing, and this is the transparent black keycap. This is the kitty keycap, kitty paw keycap, which I had never heard of the term toe beans, but apparently it's a thing. So you can see here, looks like a kitty paw. And it's like a black metal thing with then like a rubbery. Piata says, I forgot yet again to add batteries to an order. Hi, Linux 203. I did enjoy my time off. It was really great. And I've made a lot of progress this week, which is great too. For some reason, what did Bruce say? I always issues when TinyUSB changes. Git tends to throw up all kinds of errors. I usually muddle through somehow, but wonder what the best workflow that is. So when you're updating TinyUSB, you want to make sure you do git submodule update. And then if it's not clean, sometimes what will happen is that there was like a deletion that happened. So if you change to lib/tinyusb and do git status within the submodule, you'll see like, oh, this thing is now like needs to be deleted or something. I think usually it's like you have to delete something. Yeah. Somebody did just DM me, but yeah. Hi, Fede2. Mr. certainly said, how's that email inbox looking? I actually plowed through it. I managed to get caught up on Monday, which I didn't quite expect. But I am caught up. So yeah, there's the Tobeans key, and we'll use this in a bit. Foamy Guy says, not yet. Display shapes is still bitmap, I think. For drawing arcs, I do not know of a great way off the top of my head. Using 2 circles and a rectangle layered up cleverly could do it possibly, but that would be fairly elaborate. It'd be nice to have something simpler. Yeah, and Foamy Guy, are you streaming tomorrow? We should advertise that. Okay, so that's the first goodie I got. I tried triangles with the circles, but it didn't work well. Yeah, you should definitely post an issue so people can collaborate. Okay, there's my Tobeans. I'm just going to go in the order that I took it out. So I picked one of these clocks up. I've actually wanted an e-ink clock forever. Okay, Foamy Guy's streaming tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central, so that would be 8 a.m. Pacific, I think. I'm just going to open this up. I want this... I think I might bring it in here with me, especially on days like today, because it does have a temperature sensor as well. We might mess with this a little bit, but let me just open it up. I have the little sensor things, and those are really nice. I got a second one for my partner upstairs. Since it's so hot here, oh, look at that. There's a pull thing that I only half pulled. I was trying to remember or trying to figure out, or wondering, I wasn't actually trying to figure it out, wondering what chip this has in it. But then again, like, it's kind of nice just having software already written. Let's see, what is this? These are just like, oh, it's like a foot stand. That's neat. So there's like a sticky foot stand to go on it. So if I take the plastic off, ooh, it's so nice. Look at that. And of course, these are not, this is not actually the display. Or maybe it is. Yeah, they must have e-inked it before they put it in the package, because there's this little tab here. And so you can pull the tab, and what it does is it stops blocking the battery. So now the batteries, I don't know how to change the batteries in these things. It should show something. I'm not entirely sure how to change the, yeah, I think, oh, I'm GMT -7 or something? -8, I don't know. I'm very excited for this. And it looks like it is rounded on the edge. So you can't see me. I just have so much junk on my desk. Microbit. So it is rounded here, so if I try, I can't set it up right. So let me just put, see there's a little, can you see it? There's like a little circular spot on the back here. DCD says, Lady Ada mentioned an app for that to change the clock. Yes. Meet temp app for that clock. So you know what? I'm going to try, since I'm doing Bluetooth stuff, I'm going to try to change it without getting the app. So we'll get there after I'm going to go through the order first, but I'm actually going to try to, I figured out I can change the, units of the temperature without actually, without the app. Because I only really need it once. And I think you might have to have an account. Oh, interesting. So here this shows that you can do it as a stand, you can do it as an adhesive sticker, or you can do it as a magnet. I'm actually going to set it on, I'm actually going to have it next to my bed. G3 Holiday says, I think the app is only for China. Yeah, so I was able to figure it out. I bet we could reverse engineer it, or at least figure out how to change it. I was able to do it for just the sensors. Oh, and there's a guide mark on the stand. Okay, so what do we have here? So this is the magnet, which I don't care to use. Oh. So we should make sure and get it upright. So there's the time, flip it over. Oh, and there's a mark there and a mark there. Nice. Okay, let's just do that. This room is in desperate need of more work. I moved all the laundry room stuff in here, and it's just everywhere. So I need to... didn't quite get it centered, did I? Oh, I didn't need that. I didn't realize this is sticky as well. This is how I'm going to use it. There we go. Neat. So yeah, now I can set it on things. That's perfect. That's... I wanted the e-ink, what did we call it? What's the e-ink thing that we made with the feather, or with the S2? I wanted that to be it, but all the cases are 3D printed, and I don't have a 3D printer. So I am very mechanically challenged, if you didn't realize that already. Okay, so that's that. Let's go through everything else first, before we get sucked into trying to figure out how to set the clock. MagTag, thank you, Linux 203. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, MejaTemp is a third-party app. Let me see. Ah, Foamy Guy got it too. Okay, so this is pretty neat, but I actually wanna use the Nordic NRF Connect to play around with that. But first, let's go through whatever I got. So I got clear keycaps. I got a NeoKey Trinky. And I got red. Well, let's see. Let me figure out. So I got a MacroPad. So NeoKey Trinky I'm going to throw on the floor. I'm not going to show that off. But what I did get... Okay, so in this box, it says MacroPad 3x4. And so it's just the circuit board here. So I'm very excited about this. I wanted, like, I have this set up with my keyboard where if my hand's over my mouse, then the keyboard allows me to type mouse things, but I can't single-handedly, like, do mouse clicks if I'm, like, petting the cat with one hand. So I'm gonna open this, and I figure we could put this together. I don't think it takes any, it's solder-free, I think. 3D printer is a very worthwhile investment. I had a 3D printer, and I really disliked... Oh, there's stuff in my pocket. Oh, that went through the wash. Forgot to clean that pocket out. Okay, so here's the board. But yeah, I had a 3D printer, it did not go well. Like tuning it was a huge pain. I might need a screwdriver, but let's see. I'm gonna put this together. Here's a rotary Trinky, which I didn't get a rotary encoder for. I actually have some though. I got some brown switches. So I actually got the pack. So even though it came like all loose, I did get the pack and they just gave me all of the bits. So I'll put this together. I got browns because that's what I've previously liked, but I got reds that come in the pack, and then I actually also got the Kale key switch tester. So those of you who don't know, the colors dictate kind of what the key does as you press it. For if you're not an indoctrinated mechanical keyboard nerd yet, folks can correct me if I remember these wrong. But so browns are not clicky in the sense that they don't make noise, but they do. They are supposed to like. They have a bump after you press them. So browns, and then reds are all linear, so there's no bump, no click sound. And then whites, I don't know. You can hear it. So if I'm gonna hold it up here. So browns, reds, white, and then black. So that's the sound of the keyboard. So the white is the only one that has a click. Detent, yeah, Beata, that's a good name for it. So brown has a detent. So it has a little bit of a bump when you press it. Reds do not, and I think blacks do not as well. Blacks are just stiffer than reds, if I can guess. So they like take more force to press down. And then whites here, they have the detent and they have the sound. So I got those testers there, which is kind of interesting. Hi, Roland. But yeah, generally browns are tactile, reds are linear, blues are clicky. Yeah, so these are all kind of like inspired by Cherry MX, which is like the original key manufacturer. These are not Cherries though; they're just like Cherry compatibles. They're this company called Kale instead. So I wanted to try that, and this is just like a laser cut kind of acrylic thing. So I figured you can pop the keys out. So I got the pack of browns. But they're only 10 and there's 12 spots here. So I was like, I'll just like play around with trying other ones. But of course I got the reds as well. So the reds are what come in the kit right now. Okay, so I'm not going to use those. I think I'll do mostly browns to be different, and then I'll do some reds. Cherry whites are lighter reds. Kale whites must have a click to them, because they clearly do. Okay, and then I also got the feather wing. So I'm not going to assemble that now. They are box switches, much better than Cherry MX. They're Cherry MX compatible still though, right? They just have, so Cherries typically only have like the plus portion in there. They don't have the things around the outside. Usually, I think. Okay, so let's assemble this because I think I want to use this. Maybe we should go over this first. So it's a rotary encoder here, and then an OLED screen, and then there's 3x4 key switches, and under each key is a NeoPixel, and then you can kind of see, but there's sockets. Sockets here for putting the keys in, and a speaker as well. So, and then it's a RP2040 reset button, stemma QT as well. And the silk screen is just, Phil B did such a great job. Mr. Zolini says, personally, I detest reds. Accidental key presses. Swapped back to the Apple wired keyboard due to the frustration. I've got like I have the advantage, Kinesis advantage. We're building what's called a MacroPad, so it's kind of like a keyboard in that it has some keys and a rotary encoder, but it's not for full text. It's for like specific things kind of that you want to do. So it's called a MacroPad. So let's see. I don't know, is there a guide? Should I follow the guide? Is that a model railway? That is not a model railway. It is completely different. I don't know if the guide's been posted yet. This is all pretty early. Oh dear. Oh dear, I covered up my... I can't type if this is covered. I don't know if you can see it. I have a proximity sensor next to my mouse that changes what my keyboard does, which I've been meaning to make. Let's see. It might be so new it's not up here yet. I think that's the case. So let's figure it out. And then we can link to people. Yeah, the NASA font is so awesome. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a sandwich for this MacroPad. Because these keys tend to be, because they're in sockets, you want them kind of fitting in around them as well. So look at this. Oh, wait, you can't see it. So I just took it out. So this is where the keys are gonna, yeah, they, oh, thank you, Anne. Too new. So this will be, we can link people to this. So this is what key holds the key switches in place, or helps that, and it's just FR4. But it really like structurally helps. And then this is the bottom, although it's reversible. So there's one side, and there's the other. This is probably the bottom because it's got the label there. But that's kind of nice too. We can decide. Oh, Linux 203 says Lady Ada already showed how to assemble. Okay, good. Then it's okay if I get it wrong. And then these are just feet for it. So I'm gonna wait for that a little bit. Neurodoc says, I don't use mechanical keyboards at all. Long travel and clickiness are absolutely not for me. Is the equivalent or swappable mechanical keys but chiclet style? Mr. Certainly is pointing Neurodoc to Keychron K3. So I think you should be able to find like different key switches that vary with what their travel is. Travel is the feet, the plural feet. Yeah. So travel is like how far you have to press a key before it activates. And the theory with mechanical keys is that you don't actually have to press it all the way down. You just have to press it enough for it to register, and like theoretically it's like better for your fingers that you're not like jamming them to the full surface. I just saw John Park on our internal Slack just got his MacroPad as well. And he's putting it together. So let's put this one together. And let me think. So we're going to want to do these screw things. And we could just do that. I think we can start with that. So this is just going to be held up by the keys. So if you haven't seen these before, so these are standoffs, but they're surface mountable. So you can pick and placeable, and so they've got these little plastic covers so that the pick and place can suction to them. So usually what I do is I use tweezers and I poke them and then I pull them off, and they're probably going to end up all around the room here. Try to put them in this bag. Yeah, I definitely am a huge fan of mechanical keyboards. So we'll do the bottom first. And I think it is a little early for software as well. So maybe actually what I'll do is I'll just, well, I'll see what more says. Maybe I'll just whip something up. It should be, like, Dan is working on a guide. He just did the key switch matrix stuff, I think. So, I mean, we could do that today. Never put much thought into keyboards until they break. I put much thought into my keyboards when my body's not happy about it. Okay. So we have two options. We can put this there, which is kind of my feeling. This is a little bit plain, I think. I'm actually going to put it the other way. I just have to go grab a screwdriver and figure out where I put the screws. Clear keycaps. LED plastic. I saw them. There they are. Okay. Whew, found it. And let me get a screwdriver. Didn't even have to go into the other room now. Okay, so I got my, this is one of the iFixit kits. This is the first one I could grab. I think it's gonna be just fine. We got Phillips. I think. This is about as advanced as I get when it comes to mechanical things. Hexagonal keyboards. Oh, there are low profile. Oh, you know what? This might be. There are low profile cherries now. That'll do. Okay, so I'm gonna do this like nicer silk screen. I'm sorry, I'm gonna do it on my lap because. Okay, so there's one. I just don't have it in the right size. Should I tell JP to join my stream? Alright, let's do the other two screws. Mark Tomlin says, fun with switches. It would be nice if JP joined the stream. That would be two weeks in a row. He was on, well, I took the last 2 weeks off, but the last stream I did, he joined. He didn't respond to me, though. He must be. I mean, it is Friday afternoon, right? Ian's gonna bug him. Oh, hey, the Kale switches are the same used on the System 76 launch keyboard that I'm typing on. Oh, how do you like it? What are Jade switches, Mark? Good to see you working on hardware. Thanks, Generation. I'm going to do some software later, but well, we don't really have software for this yet. Maxi Greasy says, hi there, just jumped on here after finding the wireless LED thingies. Was this part of the ongoing live broadcast or is it unrelated? Post a link of what you're talking about with the wireless LEDs and we'll link you up. Okay, so screws are in. and I'm going to put the feet on it. So the reason that you have feet is that what the feet do is they'll hopefully hold the bottom higher than the screws, so you're not sitting on the screws. When Lamore put it together, did she put the feet on the screws? I don't know. I have some CPy example code. Yeah. I'll just hack it together today. You haven't had the object-object problem in a while. Yeah, I'm actually showing my actual Discord window, that's why. I just make it as small as possible and crop some of it off. Okay, we're done with screws. So are these tall enough? If I put them next to it, it looks like they are. Yeah, really just tall enough. Just taller than the screws. I'm trying not to cover too much. Doesn't really matter where you put them, but let's see. Mark said they're really nice tactile feel to them, a really satisfying click. RGB is nice and kind of feels like Razer's RGB, but we're working Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. Deshipu says, I'm lost to the world of keys now that I found the low profile chalk switches. Everybody's getting their, it's like MacroPad Friday. Getting their MacroPad going. Okay. So now it's nice and grippy. Let's take the cover of the OLED off. There is a to-do, I think, to make the OLED work automatically. So maybe I could do that. Let's take that off. And let's, what did I say? I was going to do mostly browns. Oh, it's a recent post in the blog. Huh. Wireless LEDs. Interesting. They have just like coils and you inductively light them. Nice. You can swap out the switches on this keyboard directly with switches in the Adafruit store. Oh, nice. Reds are your arrow keys? I think pretty much everyone is using these sockets now. So let's see. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do the top 9 the same, and then the outer 2 be reds. I don't know. These are both pre-keyboard support. All right. Let's just, I haven't played with these sockets before. Just making sure they're lined up. Let's see. Does this, before we get too far, let's make sure that, I have a feeling we're actually going to want this. I think we want to do it the other way. We want to do it like this. Because what you're going to do is, can you see there's like a little lip on the top of the key switch that I think you want to kind of press down and set into there. Yep, the plate goes between the switches and the PCB. Alright, so maybe I'll just put all the switches in first. We'll see. Let's see how this goes. And I'm making sure that the leads, the little metal parts, are all on the same side, because that's how they're going to have to go in. It might not work well. We'll see. Folks are going to be like, no, Lamore said don't do that. Hey, no problem. Maxie, it's totally happy. We're not serious around here. We're hanging out. Those wireless LEDs look neat. Okay. Should I do it in the middle? I think I should do it in the middle. I have a feeling I'm going to regret putting them all in. Just to get them all aligned at once sounds kind of painful. Let me get 2 reds out. I tend to wear gloves from playing with those thorny pins from keyboard switches. That would make sense. If Lady Ada is looking at it, they might appear in the shop someday, provided they can source them. Are you talking about the low-profile chalk switches? If you have switches you like, email support@adafruit.com to let them know that that's what you'd like to see them carry. It's kind of hard. There's a lot of options, so figuring out which ones to carry is not simple. All right, let's put these reds in. Right, so they're all in, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to line them all up. Wearing gloves when you do Lego and stuff is a good idea too. This might be a fool's errand. So it looks like I'm pretty close. I'm all lined up here, so I'm actually gonna. Oh, that side went in. Oh, that was a lot better than I expected. Oh, you know what I should do? Did I show all of the random keys I have? So, since we're talking about keyboards, rotary encoder. So in the thing comes this knob as well. So that goes on the rotary encoder. Let's do. So I did. And for those of you who used RP2040, the boot switch is the depressing the rotary encoder. So if you want to get into the bootloader, what you do is you depress that and then plug it in. Let's go a little more crazy, shall we? So so this is what comes in the kit, is these clear keycaps. But you know what? I've got a bunch of keycaps I've never used, and I want to use those. So let me go grab my bin. Cool using the deep presses in it. Oh, and the USB on this is a Type-C as well. So, can you hear the sound of keycaps? Have I gone through this bin on the stream already? So these are for the Advantage. They will work because those are MXs. I also have a thumb trackball. I do not like thumb trackballs, but since I got it, I have it. This is the keyboard that I have. The Keyboardio is what I use, and these are the QWERTY keys for that. So I have that, and it also has this like reference card that comes with it. And then what I've got is what's called a grab bag. So Pimp My Keys or Signature Plastics makes all these keycaps. So I've got these bags of different random. Let me switch. So I've sort of kind of these bags into different types of keys. So these are kind of neat. Maybe I'll show those under the overhead. Those will fit. Like these ones won't fit. So these are like the multi-spaced ones. Those won't fit on this. Oh, maybe some of them would actually. Here's some like ones that were misshot, but these ones might glow neat, so let's take a look at those. I'm okay having like a weird thing. I actually have a Gateron switch sample from 1UP Keyboards. So here's some these are called, so the low profile ones and the ones in the store are called DSA. They mean they're really low profile. I'll show it. Oh. These are DSA as well. Pullers. I'm trying to think of which of these would be coolest on here. Here's some like gray and white legend ones. These ones are kind of weird. Like that, rounded. I'll go through these. I'm gonna I think I might program these to do more mousy things, but some of these we'll go over. Kind of want to find well, because there's LEDs, so finding ones that were clear would be nice. But I'm gonna just have an eclectic mix on my MacroPad here. Here's just like black DSAs. These are like pretty, like blue, tall legend ones. I guess I should figure out what I want them to do. These are like larger ones. I'm not going to put those on there. Oh, I do have some browns. Here's 2 more Gateron browns that I could switch out. That's the nice thing. I haven't soldered them on, so I can switch them out. More long ones. Ooh. Let's look at those. They have words on them. More long ones. Cut. I might want that actually. Oh, this one has a duck on it. Okay. I've whittled it down. So opposite of DSAs, I don't know what these are called, but you might be able to see that they're like super tall. Some of these other ones are super tall too. And then these are DSAs as well. Okay, I'm not going to show all of them. Let's see, what do I want to use? What am I going to do? So I just want to see. Let me just compare heights. For those of you who are new to switches. Somebody is messaging me, DMing me, and I'm not looking at it. So if you're that person, I can't see it. So here's a contrast. So the DSA is the short one, and then this one, depending on the type, it's like maybe for a specific row in it as well. So there's a lot of variety, and you can see these are signature plastics, so it's actually double shot. So the legend that you see is actually like a second color. Deshipu says it's probably SPSA. So this is generally like considered to be the highest quality of keycaps, the double shot. Because other ways that you get the legends on there is like you'll just paint them or laser them, and like depending on how they do it, you may actually rub them off. Mark says, every time I catch the stream live, I always end up spending like $200 on the Adafruit site. Just want to do these projects. Well, I think that, yeah, thank you. That's all I should say. So I'm just going to quickly look through the legend here and say, like, is this something I would like it to actually do? So like arrow, delete. So here's a delete key. I might want that. Let me set that aside. Page up maybe as well. Actually, you know what? Let me move this giant pile. So we got 12 keys to play with. So I've got delete and page up, but those are not transparent, which is kind of a bummer. Let's look in this one. So these ones are maybe the ones that I would want to use. So they're like colored, or they have the windows in them. So they're double shot the same, but they've just got the window for the LED. So I think that's all these are. What's interesting is that these grab bags they do, which is how I got all these. I might have an any key. They tend to be the reject. So this is a rejected transparent one because it's got the like transparent showing through the bottom here, which is, in my opinion, for like a podunk macro keyboard, kind of what I want actually. All of these other ones look okay. They're just got the window. Oh, there's another one that's weird. I got these like years ago now. I'm glad I'm actually going to use them. You didn't know you would just be me looking through stuff. Is there an any key? I might have an any key, actually. That's kind of when I want to look through them. I do have a picture of all these keys that I took when I got them. Okay. It's literally just a random assortment. Can you see those there? No. What if we... There. This one I look through here. So these are really tall. So this would be like the back row. Left. If I'm doing mouse clicks, maybe I want a left. Not even software. I probably shouldn't spend the whole time going through these. Here's a non-zip. I know what we'll do. I will pick out enough. I will pick out 12, and then we'll go with those 12. Okay. I don't really want these tall ones, but non-zip's kind of neat. Guess I could just do the window ones. Backspace, insert, print. Oh, and I should definitely do the kitty paw. So how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. This one. Oh, here's the duck key. It's a little wide though. Let's see my duck key. Page down to go with my page up. Oh, you know what? Look at this. Copy. Page down. I think that's maybe why I put these in a thing. Cut. Page up. That's pretty nice. How many do I have now? These are all DSAs. Oop. Did I throw those window ones down? I think I did. These ones are kind of weird. Different characters. Hum. These ones are blanks. 4, 4, 4. Oh, I've got enough. Oh, these are the shaker. Home clear stop. Card duper. Card system. All sorts of weird stuff. Those window ones are probably the coolest, actually. All right, duck goes away. Duck doesn't fit nicely in the other ones. All right, so let's do page up, page down. Those are up top. What do you think non-zip should do? I don't know. Oh, I have a second page up. I don't need a second page up. I could rename the stream MacroPad / BLE workflow. That's a good idea. Oh yeah, and Sylvia points out I had 2 page ups. These are Kale Browns, not Gap Browns. I have Gap Browns in the thing. So let's do these 2 weird ones. They need to be trimmed. They've got a little bit of a hang off. I don't actually have to put them on all of this. Let's put the paw in the middle. Left. Delete. I'm making it up as I go along. Can you tell? Because I do want to plug it in and just get it going, maybe? Alright, there we go. There's my MacroPad for us. Okay, let's find the USB Type-C, which is here. And this has a switch on it, so let's make sure it's on data. And let's plug it in and see what it does. We'll get to BLE workflow. Don't you worry. Okay, so this is just the test program, obviously. And I think this is done in Arduino. I know I'm missing a keycap. Fine, I'll get another one. The duck won't fit there, though. There. Sorry. I think connecting a mouse to the keyboard, it makes, like, total sense. Okay, so let's build CircuitPython for this, and let's just do, well, maybe I'll update my build and then build it. So I'm in BLE workflow 2, which I'm just gonna git add everything. So I'm gonna rebase, git commit add BLE serial connection service. So what I was working on is BLE workflow is checked in. John Park's trying to get absolute newness from S3 on them. Yeah, I'll basically do that. I have to update this. Just formatted everything. Oh, let me get my key. All right, so I've got a commit. I just restarted, so I'm not having to. Going to turn on. Thanks, Dave. Have a good night. Sleep well. Zelio silent switches for my new multi-board test jig button. Oh, snap. Anne says the MacroPad is in stock right now. How many people are watching? 70 people are watching. Hit what's new. 46. So if you'd like to follow along, this is what we're playing with. And yes, I am paid by Adafruit. This is their channel as well. Okay, so we're getting latest CircuitPython. Oh, the ESP IDF was updated thanks to microdev, so it's now 4.3, which will allow us to do C3 support if we ever get there. Make that easier. Let's see what our git status is. Git rebase Adafruit main. And we're still on my BLE workflow. So once I rebased, it worked. And now I'm gonna do submodule update. So let's see where we're at. So something is unhappy about the IDF. So somebody was just saying they had trouble updating TinyUSB. This is probably a very similar thing. So what I did is I changed into the IDFs folder. So it's a submodule, and I'm just gonna do git status. And I'm gonna do git submodule update everything within here. Let's see what we get. And git status again. And then it says that untracked files. So I'm just gonna git rm components pt controller lib. Oh, and it's not git rm because it's. Hey, Johnny. Now we can get status. Somebody mentioned me outside of live broadcast chat, so I can't see that. So I'm wondering what this last. So this is probably a. Yeah, so it's submodules on submodules. So if we just do this update in it here, could do it recursive, but I actually don't really like doing recursive updates because then you risk like fetching a submodule you don't need. Okay, so we are clean. We're in BLE workflow 2. Johnny says, hope you had a nice vacation. I did. It was wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so we're doing RP2040. And then let's see, what's the board name? JP, did you get it working? Board equals Adafruit MacroPad RP2040. Oh, this is perfect. Let's go on a side tour. I broke so the RP2040 have some example code from Lamore that is asking for a display library I don't have. You should be able to get it. So this is with my BLE stuff, but I do need to fix this, so I'm just gonna fix it right now. So I was changing the Bluetooth APIs a little bit. So the status on the BLE workflow is that it's checked in, which is kind of amazing. And I do want to get there. We've got an hour still. But I was reorganizing it. So the file transfer stuff is checked in. The UART serial over it is not. So I wanted to. That's what I'm working on now. So in devices, BLE HCI. So this devices BLE HCI is the like Bluetooth support to the ESP32 next to it. Common how BLE init, and then I moved to this Bluetooth. Let's see if that works. Oh, and the Bluetooth BLE DRV. Oh, that's annoying. Why is that being included? Supervisor. Bluetooth. DRV. Shouldn't actually be included. Got it now. Wasn't in the bundle. Oh, we should add it to the bundle. NRF success. Huh. Oh, you know what? Where is that? This is good. I got distracted. If not. I wonder if this will make the error go away. That's annoying. I should figure out how to factor this out. Else. This is all the advertising code. There we go. That's closer. So now characteristic constructs. Sorry, you know I get sidetracked on this show. I just want to fix it all. I'm gonna have to fix it later otherwise. So add characteristic takes in a user description. Oh, you can't even see it all. Sorry. I don't know why it's so long. This is what I need to fix. Okay. Adapter. Add characteristic. Oh, characteristic construct. Constructs. No. I ordered a 1x4 of Neo Key Tuesday, but I didn't get any key switches. Oops. Thank you all for supporting Adafruit and I. Is there more? One more in adapter on line 171. And then there's one in service. So the user description allows you to, this one's add characteristic. Sorry. User description allows you to like see what particular characteristics are, and I'm using that because we're going to use the Nordic UART service to be able to connect to the serial. There we go. And in order to connect to the serial, we have to. Oh, let me unplug this other one. And now we. Oh, there is a reset button. It's not labeled right. So I'm going to hold the rotary encoder down and hit reset. And it should show up as the RPi RP2. And then in ports, Raspberry Pi, build MacroPad. We take the UF2 and drag it over. Is there any other key switch type besides Kale? So Kale is the brand. I think that's all we carry at Adafruit right now, but other names you look for, like Cherry is like the original. And then there's also Gaterons, and those are the ones I know about. I'm sure others folks will tell you. Yeah, Mark, I tend to just leave things in my cart until I make an order. Okay, so we've got this blank CircuitPy, and let me just... let's actually pull up the... Let's open this. Reload. We've got Hello World. I think what John is talking about is... Oh, maybe I'll download this as well. So this is the example. Let's just start with that. This is the example that Lead Ada sent him, I think. Unexpected Maker, I see your message. The last one I saw from you after that is the It's by Design. Okay, so where's my serial output? 2 before that were blocked. They weren't automatically blocked. I didn't see them on the internal side of things either. Oh, nice. You brought a MacroPad and other bits as well. Cool. Thank you. Let's see. Is this the right? No. That's my keyboard. Okay, so where are we at here? No module named NeoPixel. You know what? I think I have pretty recent Adafruit bundle. Let's just snag the things we need. Display text. SH1107. This is the one that John was saying is not on there yet. SH1107. Do folks want me to get to BLE workflow, or are you happy with this? I'm running out of time. I also have an item that I was going to do for this. SH1107. Will Adafruit sell any other brands? I'm not sure. Oh, you have the 06. Oh, look, it's private. Here's the 1107. There's no releases. Bruce, are you too hot to think? Is that what you're saying? sure. What's our plan? Like, let's see. I feel like it is the 1107. Did the 1106 work for you? Was that the basic demo or the code.py? Oh, here we go. Let me download this other one. Slack can't open that kind of file. Well, you know, should learn. All right, here's the basic demo. Let's see. I copied that, and then let's do Control V. Gotta feed that FOMO. Yeah. Sorry. It pays the bills. I was very excited about this too. Some stuff I'm like less excited about, but leave stuff in cart then sold out. Yeah, if you want to get a MacroPad soon and you, yeah, almost gave it away. Someone doing timecodes? Yeah, I think David is. Heyo. So we've got it working. Let's see, what do I want to do? So that demo works. Ooh, toe beans. Oh, it's like turning the... Oh, those window... I'll probably end up with just with the windowed ones. Like, that's quite nice how the LED looks. It's perfect for, like, latching stuff like that. Can't really see it through those ones, though. Yeah, the videos do work. That's how I found it, too. I found the new products videos and then realized it was part of Ask an Engineer. Let's see. I really want to show off the BLE workflow stuff because I have some calls to action. Basically, I need help with the BLE workflow stuff. So let's talk about that. I'll keep working on this. I'm curious to get it going more. But I want to talk about the BLE workflow stuff because that's a big deal. And we got 45 minutes left, so I do have a bug to fix, but I'll probably just end up showing it off. Okay, so where we left off was I was doing the file transfer stuff, and it's actually working quite well. So let me just test it. So I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to plug, this is the feather I've been using to test it. So I'm going to plug it in. So, and you see how it's doing it did the yellow and then the blue blink. I think it's bonded. So let's just take a look at this. So here's my Android phone. And if we do the scanner, there's lots of stuff around here. But this is it, I think. So we can connect. It says it's bonded. And now what we can see is we can see the generic access service, generic attribute service, and then there's this unknown service. I actually want to make a pull request. So I think there's a common repository that this comes from. So I actually want to change this or add it there so that it can show you. And then you can see the different characteristics. One is the version number. So if we read that, it shows 1 in Little Endian. And then now it also shows this Nordic UART service. So if we just watch it, let's switch to ACM2. If we watch the TX characteristic, I think. Oh, and it's not working. Oh, it got disconnected because I restarted it. So if we hit connect again, and we open this up, and so watch there. Ah, it's still not working. So I thought I fixed that. But if I undo it and then redo it. Come on. Is it broken? Let's see if this works. So, hello worked, and it showed up on the REPL. So it went one way, and then if I don't know why it's not incorrect data length. I wonder. I must have messed it up. So let me just reset, disconnect. Sometimes it caches stuff. I don't know how Android works. How do I forget a device? Settings. Connected devices. Previously connected. Forget. Okay. And then let's move. Oh, how do I use it? There we go. Scanner. And here I want to do. So I waited for the blue section and then did it. Because I restarted it. And now let's do scan. And it should be. Yeah, you can see we found it. So let's hit connect. And now we have 2 UART services. So the second UART is from user space. So let's just see. Oh, look, it worked. So now there's a user description. So if we hit download, it says CircuitPython serial. This is exactly why I was doing this. Oh, can you not see that? I'm sorry. So this is all of the services that are available. There's these 2 generic ones that are always available. This one here is the file transfer service. And then there's 2 Nordic UART services. And the reason that is that the user code that's running right now is actually generating the second one. So I wanted to, this is kind of like USB CDC, where like one's for the user, one's for CircuitPython. So if we click the one here, we can see that there's just a client characteristic configuration. There's nothing else. But here, we can see that there's this characteristic user description now, which is what I was just working on. And the value is CircuitPython serial. So this is a way for us to programmatically determine like which Nordic UART service is the one that is supported or like is connected to CircuitPython instead. Off topic, but I noticed the ability to customize USB endpoints in CircuitPython 7. Any chance of allowing an SD card to be mounted as a second mass storage drive? That's a little bit tricky and a little bit separate. Make sure we have an issue for it though, because mass storage itself has a way of managing multiple drives. It would have the same caveats that the internal storage does though. But yeah, please make sure there's an issue file. That's something I would like to do at some point. Okay, so this is working now. The problem was that it had cached the descriptors and was wrong. So now what I should be able to do is, this is the Nordic UART service. It's a CircuitPython serial. So in order to get notified when things change, you hit here. And it says, yes, I want a pair. Okay, and now this is to turn it off. And what happens? So CircuitPython is running. Let me just Control C. So this will, it prints some stuff, line 67 and read, but then it disconnected. So this is, it disconnects when user code completes. And now we just have to reconnect. So we just hit connect again. Now we're connected. And you can see that here there's only one Nordic UART service now. And that's because the user code's not running. And we're already still notifying. So if I hit any key to go into the REPL, now I'm getting the REPL contents. It's probably hard to see because it does it one character at a time. The off-topic mass storage question is further up in Discord. Oh, looks like Dan's going to come up with some. Dan got his MacroPad as well, and he's going to do some demo code for it. So, perfect. Okay, so this is cool. This is actually working. I didn't realize it was working now. There's some weirdness because of that device caching. So I'm kind of curious what happens if I Control C and then Control D. So now the user code's running. We did get disconnected because it restarted. And now what happens if we connect? We should see a second Nordic UART service show because your user code's running. And we don't, which is a problem. I was trying to get that working. I wonder why that is. But yeah, Bluetooth's hard. I could have sworn I had it checking for new stuff. It should show a second one there. There's all this like caching issue. Like the clients are trying to cache it because it takes power. So yeah, that's where we're at in terms of the REPL. The problem is I don't have a like serial thing to really test it with. I was looking at web Bluetooth. Gonna need that service changed thing. Yeah, I tried to add it. I thought I had it added. Like in not in the BLE HCI implementation, but in ports connection. Let's look for service changed. Yeah, see, so like right after this restore sys adders, I'm doing this like blanket service changed thing. Dagear asks, so if the phone dropping the connection and just not reestablishing it, or is the CircuitPython device not advertising? The CircuitPython is doing the disconnect because after user code runs, we're actually doing a full reset of the Bluetooth stack. And we're advertising privately, but we're not doing directed advertising. And so the phone has to initiate it again. Can you open the generic attribute? It is 2A05 in there. Let's see. Generic attribute, service change 2A05. Yep. Oh, so it is there. Yeah, so I'm not sure. Rich says, great job, Scott. Loving everything Adafruit. Show your mass appeal. Awesome. Loving the maker scene. Gotta go get pizza. Way to make me hungry. Now is your code indicating? Oh, you think it didn't do the indication? It should have done the indication right after it restored the sysadders. we'll have to take a look at this. This is going to have bugs. It's okay. So let me show you on the iPhone now. So we've been working on an app called Glider. So I'm going to just do the same thing. So I'm going to, since it's bonded now, it won't connect to my phone. It's bonded to the Android. So I'm going to do the same, like wait for the blue blinks and hit the thing. And this is checked in. I like sent out this big code review to Dan, and then he was like, looks good, let's merge it. There's not a great way to test, so that's part of it. So here's Glider. So I'm gonna hit Glider. And it's scanning. And it doesn't see anything, which is wrong. Should be working. Oh, you know what? It's in user code. So maybe if I control C it. I wonder if the user code's overriding it. Let's just clear out the code.py for now. Still have the MacroPad plugged in. Save that and safely remove. And I'm actually gonna go full wireless. Turned off the data connection over USB. And do the blue thing again. Oh no, it's in safe mode. So we're in safe mode, which is a bummer. But we can debug that. Database hash is simpler and easier. I recommend adding that. Oh, interesting. It's the old way to deal with service changes. Rubber ducky programming via Discord. Wouldn't have it any other way, right? Yeah, we're using Nordic Soft Device. Would be happy to review pull requests. It's all pretty new, obviously. Okay, let's see if we can't figure out most of the time what happens is that the safe modes are from trying to raise an exception when you shouldn't be. Yeah, thanks for linking to the source there. That is basically what I'm running. I did build it myself. So we're getting a safe mode. Let's see what the problem is. J-link, connected, make feather. Oh, and you can't see my desktop. Clean. We're gonna want debug symbols, especially since GDB is hanging for me right now if I do one without debug symbols. Awesome. M1 Mac and an Apple Dev account, so I'm going to follow along on the iOS side too. That would be awesome. Okay, so we made it, and now we're going to do GDB. And we're going to do reload debug. G3 Holiday has it as well. Yeah, so this is the conundrum I'm in. The conundrum I'm in is that it's checked in, but there's not great ways of using it right now. So I was looking at web Bluetooth because that would be great to have, but because I'm doing this like disconnect, reconnect stuff, web Bluetooth is not going to be very good for it. I was looking, there's like a persistent device API thing, and it's just not, it's not on by default yet, and so that's a problem. Reset into, this is great for anybody who's wanted to debug a safe mode. It all goes through this function called reset into safe mode. So if you hit a breakpoint there and then run it, what you'll end up doing is you'll end up hitting the breakpoint, and now it's working. Now it says it's working. That is a slightly different build. Did I inadvertently fix it? Let's see if this works. Nothing. How did I break this? Come on. It does require you to be pretty close, because I had the transmit power turned down. Huh. Well, that's not working. Let's see if the Android can see it. So it's not bonded. Oh, let me switch back to the... We really do need a way for chat to produce my show, don't you think? Okay, let's hit scan. And just do that. And we're looking for a CircuitPy. Oh, you know what? I think because it's a USB thing and it's not bonded, it's not gonna broadcast. I think that's the problem. I only want to broadcast when you're being explicit. So I can do it. I'm gonna hack it instead of having to hit the reset button, because hitting the reset button would disconnect the debugger, and that's not what I want. So in supervisor, shared, Bluetooth and knit, BLE mode equals 1. But we can cheat it by saying BLE mode equals 1 here. Good night, Dishipu. Whoa. Neradoc says, I have an issue when I program in Python on my computer. I'm disappointed now when it doesn't restart the code when I save. I know, I have the same thing. There's got to be an easy way to watch a file and trigger a restart. Fed82 says, I don't have anything close to what y'all would call a cell phone. Mine runs Firefox OS. So no app of any kind for me. No apps at all? Alright, breakpoint's still there. So that should kick us into BLE mode. Alright, we're green. Scanning. Nothing. Did I break it? Were my if conditions wrong? Like, it should be here. Just delete that. Oh yeah, you don't see my code screen. Sorry. The Firefox browser is quite easy. Okay. I deleted that if else. Come on. Really? Did I put my BLE mode in the wrong place? This is gonna be my life for the next couple weeks, I think. Can you see it? Let's see. You watch the lights. Well, we're in somewhere we don't want to be. All we got was a red blink. This happens if we're starting up from that's this part. Reset reason. Yeah, I've been using NRF thing to see if it's going. There we go. Sniffer. I like the nose response. There was something I was gonna pull. Anybody done Android stuff? I would like, we should make an app for this at some point. Okay, so let's watch the light. It just skipped it. It skipped it all. Why is that? It blinked red, which is the bootloader. And then it skipped this supervisor Bluetooth init. I did just update. Okay, so we are getting there. Type my code on screen. Still nothing. This is me testing. This is my life. Alright, well, the other way that I do it is I turn it on. Get, unplug this one. Pi. So what you can do is you can disable the USB device, and then it will act like it's Bluetooth only, or it'll let you write it. So now Control C, debug. Tiger says, I stay far away from Android. I don't want the JRE anywhere near me. Do they still use it? I don't even know. It's all Kotlin now, right? Delete 2, on reset, continue. We're blinking green. And I was trying to force it to advertise. But I suspect it's still not. How did I break it? You know what? Let's do this. Oh, it is solid blue there. I wonder if it's because the user code's completing. Nothing. I swear it was just working. I mean, it is scanning stuff, it's just not finding this device. Why is that? How did I break it? Yeah. ACM0. Are you sure the phone is just not instantly connecting to it? I think so, yeah. We'll get some prints going here and we'll see what's going on. Bluetooth, init, advertising. Let's print that. I wonder if it's like a signal strength one. Okay, so no, we're not going to use the debugger. So I'm gonna... Yeah, I recommend... I'll check my... I should do that. Yeah, it did have it remembered. Does look like it's seeing it now. Before I load it, let's just try glider again. Oh. Don't find it. Alright, let's load this. 2 quick taps into the bootloader. And ports. NRF. Feather. You have 2. Copy here and we'll launch this. Well, at least the user description of the things is working. That was what I was hoping to fix on stream, but it already works. It's just the other stuff that doesn't work anymore. All right, we're still getting the green flash. So let's just do a full cycle here. So it says public advertising twice. Scan. It doesn't work. Let's see. NRF. Filtering for it. I wonder if it's failing for some reason. It doesn't seem to be working. So let's see. Let's print the status here. Maybe I like ran out of memory or something. It should not be doing a direct advertisement. That's what this null is for directed advertisement, which I should check. Is directed advertisements the only way to get the phone to auto reconnect? Would it be useful if you scan it with the Linux box? No, I'm pretty sure it's not auto. iOS is very aggressive. Okay, well, it should work then. I bet something's happening with that Nordic. I bet it's running out of memory. Because I'm not checking the result. Could be here. Like, Glider initiates the reconnect, which is good. And I got it so that once you're bonded, it privately advertises, which is nice. Okay. Let's go in again. And let's just do this again. 9. That sounds suspicious. I think that's an error code. 9 is NRF Bluetooth 6.1 API include error base NRF error base num. 9 is invalid length. I did change this so that in the scan response, I would, yeah, obviously I haven't tested this yet. Okay, in Bluetooth C, scan response length is the size of CircuitPython scan response data. Size of public advertising data. Is it just too large? Am I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 30. Oh yeah. That's a bummer. We should advertise that we have a Nordic UART service. Should we just do it as CPy? Or SirPy? Let's see, we're at 33 now. So, which letter should we get rid of? It's like C, I, R, C, U, I, T. 31 max, yeah. So if we get rid of these 4, and I have to fill these in. I haven't done that. I haven't done that, or I have done that. I'll have to look. And then this number here should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that right? This 9 was too long? I think it was. Let's try that. And that's the problem with the big, long service UUIDs. They take a ton of space. Do. The reason I don't error check there is ideally when you test it, you find the error and it's just like fixed. Yeah, it was too long. That would explain it. That would explain why it's not advertising. Okay, let's see what it says. Still 9. Let's just not do this bit. Here, it was all the same. Oh, the first number is the length, right? E is 14. Yeah. I think this is backwards. The first number is the length. The second number is the... Let's fix this. So this would be 10, which is A. And then we deleted CIR, CUIT. Hi, Nazareth. Okay, so it's 10. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this has to be 6 here, 16 there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Just 1, 1. And then I think one of these has to be a 1 to be the service. That one? I think. Blank type data. Tralamaza, thank you for your help. We'll get this down. It's all good testing stuff. Any last questions? If we get this working, we'll call it a day. Really wanted to show the glider stuff. Adjust the comment to shorten the name of the devices as well. Yeah, I will do that right now before I forget. It's going to be confusing because the GAT service will give you a different result. Okay, let's make sure that it worked. Yay! There we go. Okay. Let's go to glider. Scanning. Heyo. There. All right. We're connected. All right, let's look at the overhead. So this is glider as it is. So what you can do is you can select there, and this lists everything on the device. So we can do code.py and then read file. And here's what I have, and it's all, remembered I just commented it all out. So I can do that. I can go click into this folder and select hello, and I can read it, and it's just this generic text. But then I can also hit 3 and then right back to that file, and you can't see, but it restarted everything and then it reconnected. So now if I go back to that place again, I do test, hello, and then read. Now it should give me the numbers. So it's actually, like, in glider it's working quite well. I'm pretty happy with it. And go up and do boot out, and let's read that. And there's the version we're running. So There we go. We've got it. Oh yeah, and hitting back deletes the glider's notion of the device. Let's see if we can't. I think we're still connected. Thanks, Minnesota Mentat. What about talking to the clock? Oh yes, I should do that. I can do that. We're almost out of time, but let's just take a brief adventure into it. So that's where we are with Glider. If you do Bluetooth on the host side, get in touch with me. I'd love to see Android, iOS, Web Bluetooth, all that sort of stuff support this. And the file transfer stuff's checked in. The UART stuff will get checked in shortly. Well, I'll do a pull request today. Where's the clock? Okay, here's the clock. And let's use use Android to do it. Ooh. Android has it lets apps have more information for Bluetooth, so it's actually pretty nice. So what we're gonna do is, if it's like the other things, it's gonna show up as a LYS. So let's connect to that. The sensors are longer, so there's all of this stuff here, and it's all unknown, including this. Look at that, FA. But let's see. There's this service. So what I do is, oh bummer. So the other one had really nice user descriptions for all the stuff. This doesn't either. Well, nuts. I might have to just use the app, or I'll have to look it up. So the little sensors, they have user descriptions on all of the characteristics that tell you what they are, which is a neat hack and super handy. It doesn't look like this does. What we could try to do is, if we look at scanner, here's one of the sensors. I wonder if we could just connect to it, because I'm curious to see. It's pretty far away. There's one upstairs and there's one in the next room. Well, yeah, my secret was that they had user descriptions for all the stuff, but the clock doesn't, so that makes it harder. I guess what we could do is we could just try to figure it out. So here's read write, and I'm just gonna go in and read it all. Okay, I think I can hit read characteristics and just see if I can't spot like anything that looks like a time, or the thing I was changing was the units. A lot of write, no responses. Read. Notify read. Lots of stuff in there. I don't know. I think I might just have to get the app, and it will make it simpler. Simpler to just have the app. This looks like it should be no value. like me. No luck. Deshipu went to bed, but I'll have to take a look at that app to sync it up. Anyway, sorry. my elite hacking skills mean reading the user description of the characteristics, and they don't have those on this thing. They have lots of stuff that they don't tell you what it is. But if I just notice, so in here, if you look in settings, and where was it? About NRF GitHub. On the iOS side, I saw like what version of they have this cool website where you can. This clock is the one from the store. It's the Meja one. It's the wrong time though. Trying to change the settings. I'll have to look back and see what the app's name for it is, but I'm excited to have that here. It is 32.7 Celsius in here. So yeah, really neat. I'm excited about that. It's a really nice case and everything too. Okay, that's it. It's hot in here. Let's get it all out. Anthony says, thanks for these videos. Thanks for putting together the keypad. Best wishes. Have a good weekend. Thank you. You too. All right. David has to call it too. All right. Let's wrap up. Thank you, everybody, for joining. This has been another deep dive with Scott. It's been a couple weeks. You can clearly see it's still hot for the cat. He's stretched out. Thank you all again. If you want to support me, support Adafruit by going to adafruit.com, purchasing hardware there. I think a number of you did, so thank you to that. Let's just do a check-in. There was 46, and now there are 13. Holy moly. 33. That's awesome. These will be cool. We'll have some more software for this shortly. Dan is working on it, and we want to develop kind of like, well, KMK could go on this, or some other stuff too. So expect to see lots of cool software for the MacroPad and other keyboards shortly. This has been a deep dive. It's on Fridays at 2 p.m. Pacific. If you want to help me with the Bluetooth stuff, please let me know. Get in touch on the Discord by going to the Discord via adafru.it/Discord. Check it out there. Chat with me and a bunch of other folks as well. We'll get this Bluetooth stuff going, but we do kind of need like some host-side software to really take advantage of it. And I think that's it. Let me look at the calendar. I haven't thought about next week yet. Next week is the 2nd, which should work. Yeah. So I think it should be all good. Linux 203, thanks for picking up a MacroPad. Yeah, I think we're all set. I'm taking time off for the 4th of July, which is Independence Day here in the US, but that's at the start of the week, not the end of the week. So with that, thank you all, and we'll see you next week on Friday. Let's go to Cat Cam, and I'll give him some pets. And then we'll call it. He's so stretched out. All right, thanks all. Oh, I need to redo this. Hi, kitty kitty. How long can you get? All right, have a good one, everybody.